Made it just in time to catch the start of this game. I didn't think I was going to be able to catch it, but there we go. We have a blue team playing Volibear top. I too am a masochist. Jungle Olaf, mid Akali. ADC is Caitlyn with MS support. Pretty standard stuff, except for the Volibear top. Especially punitive because he's against Illaoi, so that lane's over. Speaking of Illaoi, we have Evelynn jungle, Zed mid, Kai'Sa bot, and then AFK support. So far looking very much like a good old solo queue game. We'll see where this goes. Now, feeding since day 1, the Caitlyn is standing in position to leash the red buff. Olaf is guarding the entrance, but there's not going to be any invade on account of an AFK, and red team's just not feeling like it. Illaoi is just chilling next to the turret. Volibear too, going in really deep, 135 in. Well, the jungler is clearly not going to start here, especially not in Evelynn, so he's just wasting time around here. He does ensure that Evelynn is not starting red, but I'm not sure what value he's going to get out of that information. I mean, he left and he didn't even drop a word behind him as he left. So, really, it's just wasting time. But the laning phase has officially started, so we have people just trading back and forth. This is a Volibear with press the attack as well, which is very interesting. That's probably the last rune you want to run. Probably could have been way better choices. Conqueror will be way better if you're going that tree where, you know, just going the good old grass or Aftershock would be much more preferable. He is Season 10 Iron, so clearly he knows something that I don't. So I'm just going to give it the benefit of the doubt. MF gets hooked into the turret level 2, but she's now drawing tower aggro. She flashes away and Stretch lands the Ignite. Cassie flashes in for the flash. Double flashes, double flash burnt for bot lane, one on either side. Ignite has been committed, so has the second flash. ADC and support on red side now has no flash, and Caitlyn gets to walk away scot-free. Very early hook, securing first blood. Misfortune gets taken down for... And the Misfortune has actually bought Spectral Sickle, going for the AD route instead of the AP route, which does seem sort of strange to me. You do want Make It Rain damage, especially with the Arcane Comet setup. The Spectral Sickle is a very interesting choice, but we'll see where this ends up. Perhaps MF is looking to become a secondary ADC as opposed to just going AP MF support. Evelynn is going to grab the Scuttle on top river. Meanwhile, a solo kill has happened up top. We need to see that. I want to see how this happens. So let's go back 15 seconds into the past. I'm sure no explosive action will happen in this 15 second interval. He's going to flash forward. Tactical outplay. The Illaoi derping around, not knowing what to do. Multiple pings going down. He did also commit the Ignite. Alright, now we'll speed it back up to real game time. Illaoi has teleported back. And once again, reinitiating the trade. She grabs the soul and pounds the Volibear spirit, and that will be enough to trigger Volibear's passive. But there will be nothing else aside from that. He is going to call it quits and go back to this tower. Hopefully to recall, be smart, reset, buy stuff. Anything that would be better for him. Anything that other than staying would be better. Let's see what he's going to take the Zidane build past too. That's going to be very interesting from a press the attack, Doran's Blade start, Volibear start. His call first is going to be a Tiamat. Very interesting item. I guess he assumes he's a very scuffed version of Renekton. In which case, why not just play Renekton? Now mid lane, we have still passively farming up. Akali is holding a very healthy CS lead, but enough about that. Here comes a gank. KDA Evelynn looks very much like Ahri in that skin for some reason. Secures the kill onto the jungler. The charm did find its mark, as Thresh will be enough to apply the CC and secure that kill. Kai'Sa is now quite a bit ahead of the Caitlyn. The entire minion wave ahead, plus 2 kills on top of that. Neither of them have actually shopped, but Kai'Sa is holding an 800 gold lead. She can definitely go back and go BF Sword for the Wind Fury route, or just a Tear and Pickaxe for the other route that's inferior nowadays, to be honest. But Caitlyn has pulled the CS lead back, and now there's a minion wave being driven into Kai'Sa's tower. The push is coming out. The Make It Rain damage lacking due to the presence of Spectral Sickle, but still enough to dissuade Kaisa and just make it really annoying for her to walk up. And the Kali going in hard. She committed her first ultimate and it misses. The second dash hits into the Death Mark and does absolutely no damage. And now Kali has to back off. Ignite is taking down her. Death Mark pops her to almost no health. And Volibear bites Illaoi up top, just completely flipping this lane matchup on its head. You think Illaoi will be the winner here, but no. Zed pushes forward to try to assassinate Akali. She blows her flash in retaliation. Shurikens back in to claim that kill. Excellent gank by the Olaf and excellent cleanup effort by the Akali, shutting down the Zed. And this is a very, very sad and depressed Zed right about now. Although he didn't blow flash, so that's a good part. Volibear is gonna scratch ahead, building up about 3 minions worth, 3 minion waves worth of casters, slamming them into this turret. He's gonna claim a solo kill twice, as well as 2 turrets, 2 turret plates. Very unforeseen development from this match up top, and I call him trolling. But who knows? There's always room to throw. Illaoi is still much more terrifying as a teamfighting threat, whereas a well-played Volibear can definitely do wonders to just be terrifying. And they do have a very solid tank core. They have 2 very good front lines, a very bulky Volibear, a very bulky Olaf. It's definitely capable of just mowing down the front. The problem is they are heading up against several assassins, which does mean neither Volibear nor Olaf are particularly adept at peeling, and for that matter, a support MF isn't really the best peeler in the game either. So in this game, it's very much a question of, is your frontline bruiser, are your frontline bruisers just beefy enough to just completely run down red team's lineup? And if that answer is no, you're gonna find it very hard to win this game. And the existence of a Kaisa doesn't actually make that any easier either. Kaisa is pretty good at kiting around beefy tanks. Neither Olaf nor Volibear really has a way of immediately getting on top of Kaisa, bar flash. And Kaisa can always very easily disengage with Supercharge and Killer Instinct. So getting on top of a Kaisa late game is going to be quite difficult, but Thresh posturing up, looking for a hook, swings and is wide. He does not find his mark. Olaf does encounter Evelynn. Evelynn has hit level 6. She does have her ultimate. She might need to use it to disengage. She does, but it's not far enough. Undertow finds her just as she blinks back. Excellent axe throw, securing the kill on the Evelynn. She had just hit level 6, and now she blew her own ultimate in a failed escape attempt, which further delays her ability to gank. Caitlyn walks into the hook. She's going to get instantly nuked. The plasma is not detonated. It is on Mark 4. Kaisa gets ignited, and she has to grab the lantern to run away, and she is slowly burning down to dot health. She can't stay in this lane for much longer, and Caitlyn, despite being hooked, has actually come out of that trade in a winning position. Kaisa was not able to detonate her 5th plasma and overextended far too much trying to do so, and that's going to cost her dearly in this lane. Meanwhile, Volibear has completed his Tiamat as well as a Bomby Cinder. This guy's going all out. He wants his Sunfires now. And MF has 6 hits, immediately pops the bullet time. The flash from Thresh, missing the body block. Very tragic set of events as bot lane both hits 6 and both pumps their ultimate on the Kaisa, who very much overstayed her welcome. And now this plate is ripe for the taking. A very valuable shutdown going on to the Caitlyn, and this lane's momentum has just swung back into blue team's favor. We'll see where this lane goes from here. And yes, MF is indeed committing to the AD route, going for a Warhammer next. Or that could be a Dirk, but a Warhammer is so much better in this situation. That is in fact a Dirk. That's okay. You gotta be a killer. Although I will say, as just as a generalist purpose, the cooldown reduction of Warhammer is so much more appreciated in a support lane. The ability to spam or make it rains can also inadvertently help out your gold income. Whereas Dirk on its own, as a standalone item, let's talk about this item real quick. It kinda sucks. So Warhammer is 25 attack damage with 10% CDR, and the CDR is definitely the most valuable part of the hammer. For a Dirk, you get 5 extra attack damage, and you have the ability to negate 7 armor. So let's just do some math off the top of our head, right? Let's look at Kaisa for a sec. She has 49 armor, and if a Dirk hits onto her, then it will be treated as if she has 42. So that is approximately 3.5% damage increase. The math here is not exactly correct. It's not really like having the armor. It's a bit more complicated than that. In fact, I could pull up a calculator real quick, but that will have to wait. Olaf is coming down here for a gank. But meanwhile, Evelyn has made her way up top. The tentacles actually slammed the Volibear. He cannot really do much to he can't really do much against the Illaoi ultimate. There's always a wild card in that matchup. When the Illaoi pops her ultimate, she can pretty much beat anyone she wants in the game. The Kali flashing in, taking down the Zed. Zed does not get his auto off in time, and she will claim that solo kill, but Kai'Sa has been found by the Olaf. Olaf is gonna run in. Kai'Sa flashes, but that will not destroy the bullet, and she will be shot down by the Caitlyn ultimate. The flash burn for basically nothing. Akali is here. The Evelyn finds her in a pain spike in the cloud, but it does not actually proc the charm. The Mark was not armed in time. She does not commit her ultimate and lets the Akali walk away scot-free. But here comes the threat. She hooks onto the dragon, does not take it in, and now he has to run away. MF is chasing him and applying autos. Evelyn sneaks out from behind. She is spotted by the pink ward, but they will have to run. Evelyn still has her ultimate. She can definitely burst the support. But the gank is called off. And Stretch walks away with his life. And now, we go back to the regularly scheduled program of pulling up a calculator mid-game. Right before Stretch gets killed off by MS Bullet Time. Alright, so I'm just going to see how much damage it actually negates. I could do this in my head, but I have boomer brain. I can't do this math. Right, so it is about it's not 3.5%, but my guess was very close. It's actually about a 3.2% damage increase, which in general I still think is inferior to Warhammer. And that entire tangent, not watching this Caitlyn die at all, is just so I can make a point that Warhammer is a more superior item than Dirk, unless you are a pure assassin. But on a support budget, there really are better purchases for that 1100. Namely, not Dirk. It's about a 3.2% damage increase on top of 5 extra AD, which means that just in terms of gold efficiency, 10% CDR outstrips that by like 200 gold worth of efficiency. And just CDR in general is better. But here comes the Volibear. Illaoi grabbed his soul, pops the ultimate. He's taking a ton of damage, but the Illaoi pops her ultimate far too slow. Only gets one Test of Faith off. That's definitely not enough to slap this Volibear. So he is going to get a third solo kill, redeeming from that one death he had to the Illaoi. And the Illaoi has gone back. Both of them has picked up Ninja Tabai, just so they can be tankier against each other. But so far, it is Volibear decisively winning these battles. Zed does commit full-on Death Mark. Shadow does not find this mark. Death Mark pops for almost no damage. Akali uses perfect execution, jumps in and claims the solo kill. Illaoi will teleport back to the tower to try to save it, but that tower is now at 1.5 plates compared to Volibear's 5. He is very much ahead in this lane, but Illaoi does find her mark. She grabs the soul and she starts slamming it. She uses Test of Face with no tentacles. It is nothing more than a tiny auto reset, so Volibear walks away with his life, and he's not even that injured to make up for it. That's just to add insult to injury. He doesn't even pop his passive, but MF gets hooked in, the box is popped, MS flashes away. Kai'Sa steps onto a trap, much too overzealous. The ultimate comes down, but Stretch successfully body blocks it this time around. 2 skill shots miss, crossing the stream, and Caitlyn sidesteps easily. And now Kai'Sa, in a very sticky situation, will have to run. Volibear claims yet another kill top. This gank has fully turned around. I have missed that because I forgot that I shouldn't pilot the camera, so let's go back and watch it. We have a Volibear that did not even recall, and they're just going to 2-man this Illaoi who doesn't have an ultimate. She committed the last fight and had nothing more to use with it. And this Evelyn, not long for this world. So now we'll just fast forward. Kai'Sa does get killed. For some reason my keyboard sped up twice, so let's rewind a little bit more. This is super scuffed already, I apologize. But we'll just speed up to see 2 people recalling. And how are they going to secure this kill? Kai'Sa is not going to make it back in time. Make Her Rain interrupts the recall. Now she has nowhere to run. Caitlyn flashes forward, picks up the easiest kill of all time, Bullet Time, just to salt the wound. Alright, now we'll actually speed up this game for real. Go back to direct the camera. Red team's turret does get destroyed, but bot lane outer gets taken first. Blue team is going to take the Herald. Zed dash marks in, does not get a kill, and both backs down from that trade. No all-ins as of yet, and now blue team 5-man grouping mid lane. They want to siege this tower with a Herald. The Herald gets dropped right in front of the tower's face. Nobody can stop this. A line of traps is stopping Alawi's entrance. Olaf pops his ultimate. He's going to run way farther in. Flash dunks onto the Zed and kills him. And now this full health Herald doesn't get his charge off on the outer. He'll get his charge off here. The eye is open, but nobody's in place to actually hit it. Akali tanks a few tower shots, but this tower has fallen. 1,000 health Rift Herald. His eye is exposed, but nobody can hit it. Thresh gets flung back by the Volibear. A third charge comes in onto the inhibitor tower. It is now so low. Akali does not give a crap. The ducks into the back line, kills off 3, and Evelynn finds her way into the middle of 4 people. She's not gonna make it. The Caitlyn bullet secures the kill. The flash roar gives him the assist, I guess, but he already had the assist. But doesn't matter. Off a single push. I feel like I've seen this yesterday. Just like Deja Vu, they claimed the inhibitor off a single 5-man push with a Herald. And this game is so incredibly over. Volibear will tank extra tower shots on his way out. He doesn't even care. Very luckily popping his passive, probably needlessly, but it does not result in a silly death. Blue team 14 kills ahead, 17 minutes into the game. Playing fast and deadly, as it were. And now Dragon is up. Caitlyn walks by the pit, just haphazardly. And everyone will go for a reset, but Volibear's reset is slightly delayed on account of being greedy for Raptors. He is going to recall and spend a large chunk of gold that he just obtained. And Ocean Drake will be secured by the red team. And this game will convert into a rift, but red team is too holed up in their base to see it. And it will be a mountain rift. Not like it matters. The fights are not going to be taking place in the jungles anymore, considering everything that's already happened. Akali positioning well, trying to look for an assassination. She might not find one. The shuriken flip does not find this mark on Kai'Sa, and she will be spared from Akali's wrath today. And now things are settling down. The inhibitor has fallen, super minions are pouring into the blue base, and Baron hasn't even spawned yet. Akali does find a shuriken flip, but that is the middle of 4 people. She's sitting there twirling her Kama around, not knowing what she should do from here. She's just positioning very, very forward, knowing that red team can't possibly punish her. Everything they throw out has such a big tail that they cannot possibly get a jump on her. She's just now asserting more and more pressure down mid lane, while a 4-man core is pushing up top. Evelynn had just fully given up in this game, trying to solo the blue buff, the most difficult fight for her this game yet. She's apparently taking her sweet time. Akali does get seen, she gets hooked, 3 people duck into the shroud. But in all this time, top tier 2 has been claimed. There's only a lonely Zed here to stop it, and there's 3 people jerking it in Akali's shroud trying to look for her, even though stealth is incredibly cheat. They finally make their way up top, but it's too little too late. Top inhibitor is under so much siege. Akali kills Illaoi off screen. It's apparently so fast, the directed camera doesn't even care about the Illaoi anymore. She is feeding out of her brain that even Riot's algorithm has completely ignored her. And now it's just a coordinated 5-man push down mid. A single super minion absorbing thousands of tower shots, buying them time. 1 tower goes down, the second one as well. Red team has fully given up on this game, along with their will to live. There will not be a final resistance even. Thresh lazily throws out a hook, but that's going to trigger a bullet time. Zed dives into the backline, cannot even find the misfortune. She doesn't even drop below half with an ignite and deathmark combo. Evelynn, in her stealth, gets popped out. Illaoi slams and produces exactly 0 tentacles. How do you even do that? But this game is now over. 20 minutes on the dot, almost.